Welcome back to Primetime Morning. Now, he suffers from a rare genetic disorder that weakens his lungs over time. He has spinal sclerosis, which is a condition that curves his spine, and it's also stunted his growth, and he's blind in one eye due to glaucoma. But all his disabilities have never slowed him down.
In fact, he has planned to race himself to the finish line in a unique endurance race, Adventure 200 Singapore, in a quest to raise funds for other disabled people. So let's say good morning to Dennis Kweh and Professor Kweh, the organizer of Adventure 200. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Dennis, got to start off by asking you, how did you come up with this idea to sort of go through this endurance race?
Right. I've always wanted to travel on my motorized wheelchair, and I have faced some challenges in terms of participating in marathons, but however they turned me down because I understand due to my physical condition. So as such, I want to challenge myself now to travel about 200 kilometers and at the same time to raise funds for the disabled.
So 200 kilometers, how are you preparing for this challenge?
Yes, I have been training with friends since last December, and also I've also been, we went to some difficult routes, the tougher ones, and to get ourselves familiar before the actual race.
Oh, Prof. Ang, tell us a bit more about the actual race. I mean, you're helping organize it. So what kind of a route is it going to be? How are people or participants taking part? Give us some details.
Yes, it's going to be 3 days, 200 kilometers. So we divided the 200 kilometers. The first day we cover about slightly more, about 90 kilometers. The second day is the toughest one. We cover about 40-something kilometers, and the rest will be the last day. So we plan to end this race at on the 23rd of April, which is in line with the opening of this conference called I Create. International Convention on Rehabilitation, Engineering and Assistive Technology.
And what is the route like? I mean, how will they be? Yeah, I mean, is it just on roads only?
Roads and trails.
Trails?
Yes.
What's going to be the most challenging trail for you then?
I would think one of these would be the MacRitchie Forest Trail, and I've gone there twice already, just to really familiarize myself, because it's really challenging with the slopes and the holes and the pot marks and all that. Yeah.
So we have to ask you also, Dennis, I mean, have you sort of fixed up or souped up your, to be able to what's the word? I mean, take on those different routes and the different road conditions. I mean, have you done anything?
You'll be using this exact
Yes, I'll be using this
wheelchair?
Wheelchair. It's made in Germany, and it can travel at top speed of 12 kilometers per hour. And also it's a four-wheel suspension, which I would say...
Four-wheel suspension, that's going to be good at the
comfortable ride, hopefully.
That's going to be good.
Yes.
So what do you reckon would be the most challenging part for you in this charity race? I mean, I guess the physical aspects in terms of the terrain?
Right. I have some medical limitation in terms of my capacity, my lungs capacity, and also I have only one good eye. So traveling 200 kilometers over 3 days will be challenging as I need to really focus when I'm on the road.
Dennis, you're a really special man. What keeps you going?
Okay.
What inspires you to take on these challenges? You're doing this to help other needy people.
Yes. I'm fortunate enough that despite my physical condition, I've managed to complete my university, and also I'm holding on a good job with a National Library Board as a librarian, and with that I feel that I'm fortunate enough to be where I am, and I hope to give back to society. And one of these was I was visiting at the Singapore Spastic Children Association of Singapore. In one of my visits there, I saw for myself how cerebral palsy people struggle with simple tasks which we take for granted, and I thought that I have to do something for them.
So you're going to be using these funds that are going to be raised from this challenge to help them, and I take it that
Yeah, we've got some of these devices here. I mean, for example, Profile, maybe you can tell us a bit more about this. I've just been, for instance, I know this is a device to help people who I guess can't verbalize because if I press the button, it speaks.
Your like.
That's right. That's right. These are what we call assistive technology. Assistive technology can range from simple special spoon to devices like this that help people speak and communicate, and all the way to complex robotic systems. So what you're holding on, the green one is a very simple communication board with simple phrases like excuse me, thank you.
Riding scooter.
Right. So the white one is a little bit more complex. You can form sentences by pressing the icon, and you can even use this device to connect to the computer, use this as a computer access device. And you can even use this thing to communicate the controlled environment, like controlling your lights, controlling your aircon, and things like this.
And how many of these units are you all hoping to be able to purchase with all the funds that you all are hoping to raise?
Right. We hope to raise 200,000, and of which half will go towards setting up the clinic to help the occupational therapists and the speech therapists to do assessment and to do training on all these devices. The other half, we hope to use this money to help to subsidize the cerebral palsy kids to own all these devices.
I guess a lot of times, I mean, these are things many of us take for granted, we forget about, but a simple tool like that to help you communicate with others is so important when you can't really do that. I mean, do you feel, what would you like to tell people, I think people who are not so aware of this, you know, I mean, how can we reach out to others like that? How can we help them? How should we approach something like that?
I think you hit it right on. I mean, assistive technology is a big thing in the West, but we're still catching on slowly. But we've done a lot of progress in the last 3 years. So right now is acceptance and awareness. So what we're trying to do here at Star Center is to promote assistive technology. So we've been running courses to train the therapists, get them to aware of there are this thing out there that can help you do a lot of things. And we're trying to reach out to the end user and the caregivers that yes, this is something that you can use to level the playing ground. Okay, you have cognitively you are smart enough, but you are trapped inside a disabled body. But this thing can help you to communicate, to level the playing ground, be it in study or in work. So what we're trying to do here, like this conference that we're trying to organize, is to really to promote this thing, to bring awareness in both ways. One way is for the local people, there is something out there in the West that we are not seeing. And then for the Western people, please come to Asia. So we have a huge market here, people in need of a technology. This is a part of the region that is really ignored by the Western people.
So awareness, that's hopefully what you're going to be doing.
And embracing I mean, many of us, we have friends who may be disabled, but, you know, to sort of embrace them and bring them into our circle as well. So in all the things we do in normal daily life, to not forget that they can be included as well. You know, just need a simple device like that to help them get along. And
for
there
sure.
You go. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Dennis, all the best. Good luck.
Thank you.
Such a good time. So the challenge begins 21st of April.
That's right.
So if any of you all see Dennis
along Richie when he's jogging one day.
That's right. Be sure you all give him a nice wave and a hug. Thank you, Dennis, for being with us. Our guests this morning, Dennis Kweh and Professor Ang Wei Tek. Dennis will be taking on this 3-day marathon that goes by the name of Adventure 200 Singapore. It kicks off on the 21st of April, and he's scheduled to finish the 200-kilometer route on the 23rd of April.
And if you'd like to track his journey and to make donations, just make a visit to the Adventure 200 website. The address is right down your screen. It's www.a200.sg. Okay, well, on that note, we've got to wrap up Primetime Morning for this Tuesday. Cheryl, thanks for company. It's been good having fun having you here.
Thank you for having me.
But let's also tell folks, because tomorrow there's someone else who's just as exciting.
Another exciting show ahead. Meantime.
Sorry, I was going to say we got Coldplay. That's what I wanted to say. We got an interview with Coldplay. That's right. That's coming up on the show tomorrow. Plus, we'll also visit a certain unique story about strange resting places. I won't tell you more. I'll leave you to figure that out. But join us tomorrow right here on Primetime Morning. Have a great day. See you bright and early tomorrow.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.